In the late 1930s, the availability of olive oil was very scarce and limited, and Mr. Schwartz, who had a makolet, a grocery store in the city of Bnei Brak in Israel, had a couple of bottles that he stored on a top shelf in case somebody wanted, but they were quite expensive. Before Chanukah, one customer walked in and actually wanted to purchase some olive oil. He went to the top shelf to reach for the bottle, and unfortunately, the bottle fell down, and oddly, it fell into an exposed open pipe that was behind the shelving and fell straight down to the ground. No matter how long Mr. Schwartz and his brother tried to retrieve the bottle and pull it out from where it got stuck, they could not do anything. Unfortunately, the customer left, and they just made sure that they closed up that piping so nothing would ever fall down there again, and the story was kind of forgotten. About 10 years later, it was before Chanukah once again, and this year there was actually no olive oil to be found in the entire country of Israel. And a week before Chanukah, the wife of the great sage, the Chazon Ish, walked into Mr. Schwartz's store and asked if she can get some olive oil for Chanukah. And he responded explaining to her that there actually is no available olive oil in the country and he has nothing in stock. She left a little let down, but then returned to the store 2 days before Chanukah again, asking, "Did you get any olive oil in?" And again, he was surprised, but he explained, "I've got nothing." She said, "Are you sure you have nothing?" He said, "There's nothing on the shelves here." She left, and then for the third time returned a half hour later, and she said, "I'll be honest, my husband, the Chazon Ish, is determined that Mr. Schwartz has some olive oil in his store. Are you sure you have nothing in inventory?" And just then, Mr. Schwartz's wife remembered the story from 10 years back. And she said, "Don't you remember we had some olive oil that fell behind the shelf into that pipe?" And he said, "Please, I don't even know if it was olive oil. And if it was, it's for sure not okay. It's probably spoiled or whatever it is." She said, "If the Chazon Ish said we have it, let's go try to get it." And they hired a worker who spent hours and hours taking apart the shelves and trying to open up that pipe. When they pulled the pipe out of the ground, a complete closed, intact bottle of olive oil rolled out right into their hands. They were so surprised they ran to the Chazon Ish, who was not surprised, and they gave him this olive oil that he needed for Chanukah. So aside for the Chanukah style miracle where we had the one bottle of olive oil that was found and intact, but this teaches us all a lesson that sometimes we think we lost the deal and we're upset about it. We have to remember that Hashem has the bigger picture in mind and has something better in store for us when we'll need it more. Have a bright and enjoyable Chanukah.